I hope, okay, let's see. I just want to make sure the audio is working fine. I think it is. How is everyone doing today? I am sorry that I missed last week's webinar. We had some technical difficulties and um currently I'm feeling a little sick, so I apologize if um I sniffled throughout the webinar, but today will be a fairly short webinar, so I think it'll be okay. But happy New Year's, everyone! Thank you so much for joining the webinar. Hi, motivational videos. Welcome back. Hi, Rahul. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. Hi, Sport Hung. Welcome to the webinar. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. So, if you're new here, then my name is Eugene, and I am the marketing manager here at Acorn. And if you're back here, like Rahul, like motivational videos, and some others, then thank you so much for joining the webinar. As always, we appreciate every single one of you for joining us every week. Or if you're new here for first time, thank you so much for joining. Okay, so with that being said, let's get straight into it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I think there we go. So if you're new here, then you can just go to acol.com and you can create an account. Once you create an account, you should get about 100 gift credits to test out the features. But once you test out the features, you'll notice that there will be watermarks because as a free user, you are limited to the subscription benefits that you get. So you'll receive watermarks. You're only limited to qualities of 720 pixels. So if you're trying to upload something in higher quality and it's not working, you do have to reduce the quality in order for it to work. But once you do create an account and you're curious about the subscriptions, you can always just go to the subscription page or just go to acol.com pricing, and you'll see that we do have different subscription models and credit amounts. So the cheapest one would be, or I guess the cheapest per month would be for the yearly plan at $20 per month. But for monthly, it is $30 a month, which provides 600 credits, which is it's for video generations, it's about 10 credits per 10 seconds, rounded up to 10 credits at a time. So this means a 20-second video will cost 20 credits, and a 15-second video will also cost 20 credits. So if you want to be efficient, please create content in 10, 20, 30, 40, so 10-second intervals in order to not waste any credits. But with a pro plan, for example, you get video quality up to 1080p, you get watermark removal and some other features. You can always click on check the details to see what other things that you get. Okay, so there's one other thing I wanted to mention was hi Zent, Happy New Year. Um, oh, you're asking, am I a decision maker in AI about marketing? I guess you could say that I am. Do you want to elaborate on what you mean by that question? But the referral program, if you've noticed, or you could have noticed that it changed a little bit. So we used to offer 200 credits for users that referred other people, but we removed that recently just because we noticed a lot of people were referring themselves. So now instead, what you get is if you refer someone, you get a 30% subscription fee discount. And then the person you refer also gets the 30% discount and an additional 100 credits. So we increased the discount amount from 20% to 30% and just removed the 200 credits that the referee gets. So that's the one change that we made. But other than that, the affiliate program is still the same and the webinar is always going to be right here. But with that, let's go into the face swap tool. I hope, let's see. I just want to make sure. Okay, it does look like it's working. Okay, so if you haven't used our face swap tool, or if you've used it recently and you Sorry about the. I wonder if I can. There we go. So you'll pop up to this page where it's going to ask you to choose a file. But if you don't have any pictures and you just want to test an example, what you can do is scroll down and we have all of these pictures that we added that you can test out for yourself. So right now it's in trending. You can also just swap it to new, but I'll leave it on trending. You could change it by image, cosplay, by videos. And what you can do is, let's see, if I want to just, I want to be in this wedding, I can just click on swap faces and it automatically uploads it to here. And what you can do from here is you can add faces by clicking on plus add face. And once you do, you can just upload any picture. And one thing that I noticed that a lot of users will come across is the Pro plan, for example, is limited to images and videos that are 1080 pixels. So this includes this picture, the picture that you upload to get swapped or video, but it also includes the face images. So if you try to upload a target face image that's over 1080p, then it's not going to work. So you want to keep both images or videos under the limit amount. Let's see. Sport. I bought the service package. I feel that the character limit of 1,000 characters is too little. This can only create video lasting 1 to 2 minutes. I hope your team. Okay, yeah. I can definitely let them know. I'm assuming you're talking about the avatar tool or talking photo tool. I can definitely let them know about this. I know, I think I've also come across that problem. So for now, the only solution is to upload audio files, but I'm sure you want to do text to speech as well. So I'll bring this up. But to get back into face swap, so we do have 4 different models. We do have, you can see the examples right here. So we have the classic model, which I highly recommend that when you create face swaps, try to just use the classic models. Keep it on in the classic models. It's the most versatile. You can see it's versatile and reliable for all scenarios. And in most scenarios, the classic model will always be best. Then we have the HD optimized. This is enhanced for high definition images. So this will make, obviously it will make it more HD, high definition, but in return, it makes the faces a lot smoother. So in a lot of faces like mine, or maybe just another man's face, or even sometimes a female's face, it will make it smooth to the point where it might not look as realistic as you want it to be. So the HD optimized is great if it's like a film shot, like it's very high quality, and they might be a little further away from the camera, so you want it to be as high quality as possible, then this is great. Or it may be it's on a female character where the skin is already really smooth, then this will be perfect. But if you're doing it on a man's face where usually there's some wrinkles or some blemishes or anything like that, then it might not look as realistic, as the skin will become a little bit smoother and you might be able to tell that there is a face swap occurring. So I recommend the classic model in most cases and the HD optimized in females or in high quality movie shots or the further away. Clarity boost, improved facial detail processing. This is same example as HD optimized, but even more. So again, I recommend using the classic model. But if you have a female character or a movie shot or they're a little bit small in the frame, then you can use this. This is basically just a higher quality version, even higher quality version than the HD optimized. So I would recommend the clarity boost only in some situations. But if you really do want to use it, then I would say use the HD optimized first and see if you like that. And if you think you want more, then you can try clarity boost. So these two are very similar. It's just this is just a step up from this, but we do have identity keeper, which is entirely different model where it preserves the original photo likeness. So what you'll see is if you do face swap, it will be like you'll have the face swap, but you'll see the identities and I'm sorry. I am having a little brain fog this week um because of the sickness. I apologize. So if you do classic model or any of these three models, you'll notice that if you create the face swap, then it will still keep the identities of the original picture. What this does is it helps you if you really want the face swap to change a lot into the new picture, then you can switch over to this one. So the classic model and these two, I think, are the best models depending on what you're looking for. Again, the classic model is what I recommend in most scenarios, but these two are here as well. Clarity boost is just a step up from HD, and HD is great for female characters, high quality movie shots, and if they're a little bit smaller in the frame. Okay. Again, I apologize for the sniffling and the um and the stuttering. I'm just it's my brain is not working today. I apologize. So I did create some examples. You can see here's one example that I pulled from down here that you can do as well. There's so many fun examples you can do. I want to be in a wedding. So let's see. I could put myself in a wedding. And again, you can add a face, and I added this picture of myself from a while ago. And I'll just do just classic model. It's the best model. I love this model. You could make yourself younger or older. I'll just keep it here and then just generate. So with picture swaps, especially if you're on a higher plan, as you go up in plans, your processing speeds will decrease, will be a lot faster. And because I'm on studio plan, and it might be similar for even on the pro plan, but maybe just a little slower. But as you are on the studio plan, these swaps should be almost instant. Like that, it's already done. You can see, maybe this was a bad example because he was already Asian. Oh, you can see a difference. See, he's a lot handsomer. He's a lot better looking. His eyes are bigger. You can see that. But then there's me. Smaller eyes. I think that's the largest difference. But yeah. Okay, so let me go over some examples of the differences that you'll see. So here's another picture that I actually did pull from the examples that we provide down here. Happy New Year. Okay, so welcome to the webinar. Happy New Year. So here's the classic model. I think this might not be the best example for the HD optimize and the clarity boost because the picture is already so clear. But here is an example of the classic model. You can see it's just a face swap. And then the HD optimized, it looks really similar, but I hope you can tell through the webinar, but the HD optimized is really similar, but it's a lot smoother. It's a lot clearer. You can see you can notice it the most around the cheeks and the forehead. This is the classic model. You can notice it here in the eyes a little bit as well, but it just becomes very clear. So in this scenario, it does look good, but if you're doing a regular picture, like I took a selfie or with your friends maybe, then it might not be the best AI model just because it will make the face a little too smooth. So in this scenario, it does work well just because this is an AI generated image already. So the face is already pretty smooth. The picture is already pretty clear. So this is fine. And then the clarity boost, even in this scenario, that you'll notice that it does not work the best. It is very, very boosted. So again, the clarity boost I only recommend if it's a very high quality movie shot or they're a little far away from the camera. So again, clarity boost is just another step up from HD optimized. And HD optimized is basically a higher definition model of classic model, which is good if you need a very clear swap, like this one. And last but not least, we do have the identity keeper. So this keeps more of my face, rather than keeping the original picture structure. So you can see that it is a lot different. Oh, I think the largest difference that you can notice is if you look at the classic model, which is this one, you'll notice that the eyebrows are a lot more structured. If you look at the eyebrows, it's pointed at the end. I think this is the biggest part. It's pointed here, it's thick here. But for the identity keeper, it keeps my eyebrows where it gets a little bushy at the end over here. It's like, it's thick right here, and then it spreads out over here. It gets less pointed. So that those are my eyebrows. And here's another example. Like, what if you want to face swap yourself into someone working out, like I did? I wanted to see what I look like when I'm super strong and buff and muscular. So here's what I did. Here's a video of someone working out that I found online, and I swapped my face onto here. You can see. I hope you can tell that this is my face, just with short hair. And that, so this is the classic model. And this is HD optimized. So again, because he's a little further away from the camera, it is, I think the HD optimized is fine. You can't tell that the face is very clear, or the face becomes very smooth with the HD optimized, but it is slightly noticeable that the face is a little smoother. So if you don't like that, again, use the classic model. Then, so this is HD optimized. Oh, Rahul asks, are these the examples posted by the users using the website? No, so at the moment, I think we don't have that yet. Do we? Maybe I missed it, but no, I don't think we have. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. These are, a lot of these are just AI generated image or videos that we found that we thought would be great for the library. But we will be implementing that soon, Rahul. That's a great question. Thank you. We'll be adding that soon. So going back to this, this is HD optimized. Then this is clarity boost. So again, a lot more clarity, the pictures are a lot more bright. You can see the lip especially is a lot brighter. And again, the skin becomes a lot smoother. If this is what you're looking for, then perfect. If not, then we do have the classic model. And last but not least, we have the identity keeper. So it structures the face a little more. So you can see that in the previous ones, the face is a little bit more rounder, but this one is a little bit more structured. It's pointier. And that's a face swap. If I was super muscular. But yeah, okay. So here's another example I did. Here's another wedding example. You can see. This is the one I just did, but I did one yesterday as well, just for fun. Here's me in the wedding, and then I did the identity keeper as an example, so you can see the differences. Okay, and then here's another one where, again, so this is, oh, actually, let me go over here. This is the classic model. And then, oh, this is the HD optimized. So again, because it's a female subject, HD optimized will be a fine pick. But again, if you're not looking for a smooth face, oh, a great way that I like to explain the HD optimized model is it's almost like a beauty filter. So that's why on female characters, or if they're a little further away and you need the quality, then the HD optimized is a perfect model. It's a beauty filter. I think that's a perfect way to describe it. And then here's the clarity boost. So again, I think the most notable difference are the lips. The lips become a lot brighter. You can see that the lips here are a little bit pale because of the face swap image that I chose. And in clarity boost, the lips become a lot brighter. The skin gets a lot smoother. Again, this is perfect for a female subject like her. And then we do have the identity keeper. So you can see that the face structure changes a lot, or the face changes a lot. So this is the clarity boost. And then the identity keeper, I think the most notable difference are the eyes and eyebrows in this one. And I think the cheeks become a lot stronger. And I think, let's see, I will, just so you can see what I did, here is the original. And this is what came out. Okay. Please try to implement X number of results per page of the result library and an option to clear the entire result library in one click for the users using the website. Okay, yeah, I think maybe you or maybe someone else have brought this up before. I remember reading this a while ago. I did bring it up with the team, but for some reason, I think it's just not the priority at the moment, but I will definitely bring it up again, Rohul. I think that's a great idea. Um, but it's just, it seems not a lot of users need to delete a lot of content at the same time. I think that's the only reason that it hasn't been added yet, but I will definitely bring it up with the team again. Um, because I remember it was probably you that brought it up a long time ago. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. I support too few viewers. It's okay. Okay, so I have one last example that I want to share with you guys. So here's another example that let me show you the original face swap. So here's the example that I gave or that I created. It's just him putting on his mask, and because he's very close to the camera and you can see that the skin, it is a bit smooth, but there are a lot of dots and everything. So I think this is a perfect example of why the classic model would be better. So because he's very close to the camera, oh, the classic model will look like this. But if I do the HD optimized, I think maybe it's fine for some of you, but I think if I was trying to create face swaps, I would prefer the classic model just because I think it looks the most realistic. I think even in this example, it looks fine. Um, but in my opinion, I think the classic model does look the most realistic. You could still see some of the beard and some of the blemishes, but this is honestly, I think this is fine as well. But the classic model would be a little bit better, in my opinion. It just really depends on what you're looking for. And then the clarity boost, I don't think works for this subject. And then, oh, I think that's it. Those are the only examples I had. And then, oh, I had one more example. So this was a little game that I wanted to play. So I did a bunch of face swaps. So I wanted you guys to guess which ones I face swapped for, just to see if you can tell. I think some of them are pretty obvious just because I completely changed the ethnicity on some of them, but just wanted to do a little game. So for all of them, I chose the classic model just because the classic model tends to look the most realistic. But if you guessed if you guessed these four, I swapped all of these four faces, all of their faces, then you're correct. I didn't swap the ones on the edges just to trick you guys a little bit, but I swapped all of the ones in the middle. You can see, I'll just show you the original. This is what the original looked like. So I swapped these four right here. I think, yeah, I think these two might have been a little obvious, maybe less obvious with this one, but I think these two were very hard to tell, especially her. I honestly can't tell if she's face swapped at all. I think even if I face swapped, even though I'm the one that face swapped it, this is really hard to tell. Rahul, second and third one from the right side. Oh, you're right. Rahul, you're half right. Half right. You're close, close. 50% correct, yeah. Thank you for guessing, Rahul. Thank you. But yeah, to face swaps. Okay. So I think that's about it. Those are all of the examples that I wanted to provide. I hope I was able to explain the models as best as I hope I was able to explain them enough for you to understand how they work and what would be best for your cases. But if you have any questions, please let me know. I am going to go into the Q&A session and give out the Google form that you can fill out to say that you were here. Give me 1 second. So I am going to keep this Google form open for a few minutes, and that should be enough time for you to fill it out to say that you were here. So once you fill it out, please expect the credits by Monday. Almost done. Okay, so please expect the credits by Monday. Latest by Monday. We'll try to give it out by the weekend. But if the credits are not sent by the weekend, then please expect it by Monday. Recently, I've noticed that we send out emails saying that credits have been sent, but some users have been facing trouble and have not been receiving the credits. So if that occurs to you, please let me know and I'll send the credits over again. Again, I apologize for the sickness today. Um, I'm just having a lot of brain fog, so I keep stuttering and just not being able to figure out what I want to say. So I apologize for that. Rahul asks an off-topic but important question. Is Eco planning to launch a dedicated mobile app for Android and iOS users like ChatGPT and other AI companies in the coming months? Maybe. I'm, okay. That's a great question, Rahul. I would say come back next week. I believe next Thursday, our webinar is we're going to host the CEO of Acool, so Jiajun Liu. He's going to be a guest in the webinar. He's going to explain or talk about our future plans for Acool for 2025. And your question might be answered during that webinar. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say, so I'm going to keep it at that. But that's a great question, Rahul. That's a great question. So yeah, thank you, Rahul. That is a great segue into my introduction for next week's webinar. So please come back next week. We will be having a special guest, the CEO, and he'll be talking about future plans. And he very well might answer your question, Rahul. And if he doesn't, you can always ask in the Q&A, and I'm sure that he'll talk about it. Good question. Thank you for asking. Thank you for all of the questions, Rahul. I'm always happy to see you here since you ask so many questions. It helps me throughout the webinar. Okay. Google form will be open just a few more minutes. And then I think so because I am not at the office at the moment, I think the Wi-Fi might be slower. So there seems to be a delay. So I'm not sure how long the delay is. So if you have any questions, please ask them now before I end the webinar thinking there are no questions. Hi, Juhan. Thank you for joining the webinar. What AI models do you use to make this video? Which video? If you're talking about the last example that I provided of the little game of the five, six, six, right? Yeah, six. Of the six face swaps or the four face swaps of the six friends, I did the classic model. I did the classic model on them. Normally, for whatever example or subject or face swap that I'm trying to do, no matter what, I always do the classic model. In my opinion, I just think it looks and feels the best and it just looks the most realistic. But HD optimized is perfect again for females or if they're a little bit further away from the camera. And if you really want to keep the identity of the subject, then you can do target or the identity keeper. But I did the classic model for that video. I hope that's the right video you're referring to. I like the classic model. Thank you. Yeah, I like the classic model too. Thank you. Yeah, I recommend the classic model. I guess I'm a good guest maker and a leaker for the plans I'm making. Yeah, Rahul, you are. Thank you. Okay, then with that being said, I think I am going to be ending the webinar. So just because there's a delay, I know that some of you might not be finished filling out the Google form. So I'm going to end the webinar and I'll leave the Google form open for about a minute and then I'm going to close it. So I think by the time you're seeing this, the Google form will be closed. Or the webinar might end at the same time the Google form closes for you. But I will be closing the Google form, so I hope you fill it out. If you couldn't fill it out, just email me at eugene@equal.com or email us at info@equal.com or send a message on Discord and I can help you out from there. If you need help with anything, please email us or message us on Discord. Let's see. I will upload today a compilation of my best 2024 videos using ACO. Oh, that would be amazing. Please share that with us. Yeah, please share that with us. That would be amazing. I would like to see that. I think we would all like to see that. I could share it during a webinar if you're okay with us sharing it as well. Rahul is asking, please bring in some text to video generation features in future based on Stora. Yeah, I can bring this up as well. That's a great feedback. That's great feedback. Thank you. Okay, if there are no more questions, this will be all for the webinar. So, as always, thank you so much for joining the webinar. We appreciate every single one of you that join here every single week or that come back every once in a while. Or if you're new here, thank you so much for joining the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot from it. And again, please come back next week. We will be having a very special guest to talk about the future plans of ACOL. So if you're curious about a mobile app, then I recommend coming next week. Okay, then with that being said, again, thank you so much. I will see you next week, same day, same time, Thursday, 11 a.m. PST. Or that's, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody, or great night.